Alright, strawberry harvest real quickly. I just noticed on one of my videos I uploaded there was some kind of copyright thing. I always forget to say, I don't own this music that you hear in the background, blah blah blah. I'm wondering if they're going to do anything with my wind chimes when they hear my wind chimes. Anyway, I always play music, peaceful, loving, whatever it is, upbeat. And I always forget to say that in the description box. So every once in a while, like today, I saw that they're gonna run ads in my video. The funny thing is, it's like a baby mantis video. It might even be less than a minute long. So apologize for all that. I don't know what the rules are with all that kind of stuff and why it only happens on some videos with some songs. Hear that in the background? I don't own this song, this playlist. It is freely used. Thank you for letting me use it on YouTube. I truly appreciate it and I'm thankful and grateful. Now please don't run ads on my thing. Anyway, so real quickly with some of these strawberries. I started out, like I said, in some of my other videos. This is May 24th, 2022. So I started out with like 4 to 6 strawberries. I think I had like 4 upstairs, 2 down in the ground. I pulled them out before the winter, even though they're supposed to be able to stay in the ground and you cover them with mulch. I decided to take them up, but they put out babies like crazy. So this is in my living room. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 up here, and I'll show you what it turned into. So you may see some of them with brownish leaves. That's because I had to spray it with some neem oil, whether it be spider mite. Yeah, usually it's always spider mites. They last, they do good, and then boom, they appear. I have no idea. They just literally appear out of nowhere. So let me show you. The little guys are also are the ones that are real new. The guys in the back have been from October, I think, and I had to cut some of these leaves down, and then they regrow and they regrow. So if you don't know anything about strawberries, the leaves can grow pretty quickly, as you'll see on some of the plants, like this guy here and all this guy in here. There's a lot of leaves and everything. They're called everbearing strawberries. There's 2 different kinds. Most of them are this kind. There's 2 in my room that are a different kind. But they're supposed to produce in the summer and the fall. Mine are seemingly producing once every month or so. And like I said, this setup here I had since October of 21. It's now May 24th of 22. And you're going to see how 6 strawberries went into about 28 or 29. And they're pretty easy to take care of. They don't berry like crazy. I'm never familiar with strawberries. It's not like they put out like a dozen strawberries per plant, although there might be some that do that. And they're supposed to last 2 years. So let me show you this guy here. He's got like this branch that comes out, and these will be 2 decent sized berries. They're usually small to medium sized berries. They flower like this first, and then they'll berry. So these guys look good. When they grow like this, you know they're going to be good. I'll show you when you know they're going to be bad, and you can just cut them so the plant doesn't waste the life. And I'm going to do that myself. And you can see this one even has another leaf growing. All right. I had to cut this one down. Like, see this guy here had spider mites. That's why the leaf looks like that. And this is a nice looking leaf. Here you go over here. I had to cut that down, but they'll last, and then it's putting out another one already. So here is something that you usually don't find, or I haven't found. Here's the size of the strawberries. You can see they're not so big, although I do every once in a while get one double the size of this guy here. But they're usually between this guy and this guy. And I have never had 3 perfect ones in a row like that. As you can see, dud and dud. But these are going to be 3 good ones. And then over here, like I showed you on this plant, this guy has 2 of those shoots together with 2 on each shoot. And it looks like there's going to be more there. And in the middle of this, there'll be another one. So this has a potential of at least 4, maybe more. So that's a good sign. Now this guy here is a young plant, and it's producing 2 good sized berries. And again, it probably will produce something else on that. And it's good that they're starting to go in tandems where I can harvest more. Now over here on this side, this guy's got a shoot, but it's only got 1, but it's going to be a good one. And when you see it yellow and like a football shape coming out that big already, then you know it's going to be good. And it has another little flower thing right there that's going to shoot out some more. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then I don't know if I saw this guy over here. This guy's 4 over here. So these 2 are really nice too. Let me see if I can show you them without disturbing them. See that? And it's shooting out in the middle too. So that's good. So let's count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Oh, and this guy over here, not bad. 5 out here, so that's good. Yay me. All right, so I'll stick with the same plants for now. This guy has been really nice. I got some berries off of this maybe last month. Now it's doing it again. This one was doing good too. Then all of a sudden it just like died on me, and I thought maybe it didn't need too much water. So I've been playing around with it, but I don't know if it's going to come back to life or not. Never had that happen in the year. I bought these in the summer, middle of June 21. So it's all new to me, but that was the first time that happened. Usually they're just babying all over the place. So you can see these leaves. I had to cut some of them down, but they're leafing like crazy. And you can see a leaf, the small one there and then the other one there. Now over here we got one stem with one berry, but I can see that it's going to do another one there. This guy here has 2 berries. And over here it's got 2 berries and another one forming, which I don't know if that's going to be a berry or another sprout, and then that's going to be what looks like another, well, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a leaf or what. This was a plant that was strange. I had to repot it, but it made this plant right here actually, and I couldn't tell if it was putting out. I'm going to show you what it looks like, a runner. It's just a vine, and then it pops out something like that. But this is a little bit strange. I don't know what this is. So it's putting out this thing that looks like more flowers. It may or may not be. It looks a little bit different than the rest. But before I go on with the flowers, what happened is it made this big, thick vine. It looked like another plant already formed, like a branch. And I thought, is that supposed to be like that? Or am I supposed to plant it? I wound up planting it, and it turned into this thing right here. So that was cool. So anyway, we got the berry here. We got 3, and then a possible 4. And then we got the 5 and the 6. And again, they're all nice ones. They're going to be good. When they look like that, you know they're going to be good. And then the possibility of all of them over there. And then here's the plant it came from. Another good one. Another good one. And then it's putting out those 2 guys right in there. So that's awesome. Here's some more baby plants. This one actually ran 3 plants. It went wing, bing, like that. It was awesome. These guys seem to be doing good here. Sorry about the lighting and everything. There we go. This guy hasn't done much of anything yet. I had to kick the leaves down a little bit because of the spider mites, but it looks like it's bouncing back. Now, these 3 are a little bit different plants. As you can see, they kind of grow and slouch the leaves over. That's just the style, and I've never gotten big berries out of them. They put tons of berries, and out of 10, 12 berries on a plant, I get 1 to 3 that look good. And that's these 2 guys right here. And then this thing that started growing is a balloon flower. Must have had a seed in there, so I don't know what's the deal with that. This plant hasn't been that stable with its leaves and everything. Ooh, I see a white fly flying around. I gotta take care of that real quickly. And as you can tell, you see how small they are? Even though it looks good, it might not work out, and I'm going to show you in a minute. As you can tell here, this is already a berry. Okay, so it's not really going to work out. Where this guy here is more like, I don't know, it starts out and gets longer and longer and longer before it turns into a berry. And here's another one down there. So they'll be really tiny, might not even be able to use them, and they might not even do anything. And I'll show you a good example. I'll probably wind up cutting some. So that one's decent. That might have a chance. See these guys right here? Where they turn like brownish and stay. They'll probably stay that size, and I'll give them another 2 to 3 days, and they'll probably wind up being cut because they usually don't do much. And these guys will probably have a chance. Here's a good example of what I'm talking about. You see how they went brown and they never really grew? So I'll cut them because I know for a fact they won't do anything. And it will give the plant, I guess, life to do the rest of the things. Over here, these guys look like they'll be pretty good because they're flowered good and they're rising up. That one, if it focuses, may have a chance. And here's a great example of what I'm talking about. You see how it never really formed, but the berry started? It's not going to do anything. It's just going to stay like that. So I'll cut that off. And that probably won't either because it has a little berry looking thing to it, and then the brown. So those 2 will come off, and this one will probably come off, and those will stay. So they're the 2 different ones. But again, the same thing, ever-bearing and 2 seasons, stuff like that. Over here, the reason that's bent is because it needed water. We get literally no humidity in this place. I have a humidifier down there. It's off for now so I can talk, but this will pop back up and look nice. These are all babies, by the way. Anything you see in these kind of containers are babies, and they're doing real well, so they'll flower eventually, and that's a good thing. Now down here, I'll give you an example if you're not familiar with strawberries. So this was a baby that was growing and giving birth to a baby, and that's the brownish leaves because of the neem oil that I had to spray on there. Sometimes I go a little bit too heavy. So you see how it's a thin runner, and it goes in, and then it will root in there. Oops, sorry about that. It will root in there, and it usually takes about anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks. And all you have to do if you're not sure, which I did a couple times, is I just let it grow so it gets a little bit like about double the size. But you can take like a little plastic knife and come around the sides like that to see if you see roots going. And if they're about 1 inch long and there's like 2 to 3 of them, then you can cut them, unless you feel more comfortable, and you can just let it go. So what I was telling you on the other plant, this thing was like a thick vine, and it didn't look like this. Let me show you that up top real quick. See how that looks more like a branch and not that long runner that bends? See how it like sticks upwards? Now I don't know if that's going to do that again, or if this is going to be... That doesn't look like it's going to be any flowers. So that might do what it did last time, make this giant thick branch. And I don't know if I left it, if it was going to keep going and then just open up like another branch of a flower, of a strawberry. I don't know. But when I did put it to the ground, and I had a tough time because it didn't bend like this one, it was like 3 times the thickness, maybe 4 times the thickness. So I had a hard time bending it without breaking it and putting, like I do, I bury it underneath there a little bit, so it has still room if it needs to grow this way. And then it popped up. So just to share that with you. So that's the deal with the strawberries. Oh, and then there's these guys. These are all babies. This one took off, as you can see. Oh, wow, it's burying like crazy over here. Oh, here's a good one. Look. Here's the size of that. Tom Thumb. See? So that has a couple good ones and growing. And as you can see, boom. These were all babies from plants that I put in. These guys, for whatever reason, aren't doing as good. They're not bearing yet, but they're taking a little longer to grow. And for whatever reason, that one's doing awesome. And 3 good-sized berries. Let's look at that again. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, so I have a ton of them now. I think there's 28 now. And I'm pretty sure, based off of, let's see, October to now is about what? Is that about 9 months, 7 months? I'm pretty sure in the next... Oh, this one's flowering too, right here. Little guy. If 2 to 5 more start producing these vines here, a lot of times they baby 3 times, like 1 to 2, and then this one might form one. Usually you can see it within the first couple days or not. So I might have more in the next 2 months or 3 months. I might have more. So that's all I wanted to share with you at the strawberry harvest, and to get you excited because it really is cool. And I'll let you see this one more time. Again, the kids would probably love it. And this guy right here. So I'm going to have a handful of them probably in the next 2 weeks. Well, when I say a handful, I'll probably have like a dozen. At least a dozen good ones. Maybe even up to, I'd say 12 to 15 good ones. And again, that's not a lot with 28 plants, but only some are producing. But you get the idea that, these things are really cool. And out in the yard or even on a rack system indoors, you get a good amount of them. I never expected to have this many. They just babied all over the place. And it's a fun thing. All right, lots of love to you all. Hey, you got any ideas for me? Let me know. Any questions? Just ask. All right, lots of love to you. Bye-bye.